Okay.
I'll put my phone on the side, yeah. انت ما رح تقعدي هون؟ اوكي. نعم. شو يا رزان؟ وانا هلا I was taking a picture. I was trying to say it. And I'm like, who's sitting on this chair? And she's like, we're doing. No, you guys.
Look at you little cutesies. You're the cutie.
Ms. Razane,
Oui.
how are you?
Very good. Now that you're here.
Talk to me about your new role.
There's so many layers to the character that I'm playing, Sarah. And she really has a hard life. So she was a tough character to play because she's sad. She's an architect who's an orphan, who lost her husband. The family of her husband, they don't accept her, and she has a son, and the son has cancer. And she needs $250,000 to treat her son. And she goes to the firm called Mosaic of Zain and Karam. And she lies on her resume and says that she's single because they don't usually hire women that have children because they want everybody to focus on the work. So she's forced to do something that's very out of character from the beginning. So for me, the show is about sacrifice. Like, how far are you willing to sacrifice from yourself
100%.
to let someone that you love, the most important person in your life, live? And I don't have a son, but I loved my mom in the same way that she loves her son. So for me, that's something I connected with. And a situation that I was in, because I lost my mom because of cancer, and I was helping her for 4 years battle 3 different cancers. I had difficulties having access to my money because of the crisis in Lebanon. We had difficulty getting medicine.
I remember.
And that's so important because there are a lot of people that went through the same things I went through and that she's going through. But we don't get to tell our stories.
Yeah.
And this is why I feel it's a character that everybody's getting attached to.
I think that within itself, and just knowing you as a person and knowing everything you've been through.
A lot.
And exactly. And then finding out more about this character.
Yeah.
And I was surprised initially when I was told the storyline, and I was like, oh, okay.
That was a very difficult scene for me because I put myself in her position. I never judged her. And what I love is that people are not judging her. Like, I was really expecting people to be like, why did you do this and that? And honestly, people are so nice. They're so kind.
But that's uncommon. Given the fact that you gave yourself to this character and you allowed yourself to experience, do you feel personal growth, either filled a void or like helped you heal, or?
A very difficult experience in itself. Like, I wasn't talking to anyone. I was really in my bubble. And I even had a friend call me, and she's on the way to the hospital, and she's like, I heard you're coming back to London soon. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I just wanted to tell you I'm 3 days late. I'm like, your period? She's like, no, I'm giving birth. That's how much I entered this world. The second that the show ended,
you let go.
And I got on a plane, and I had told myself, I'm entering Turkey now. I know I'm entering a shoot that's very difficult. It's very challenging, but I'm going to give it everything I have. And I'm going to allow you, Sarah, to use me, use my wounds, use everything you want. But know that the second that this show ends, you're dead. And she's like, okay. And she took everything I had. She affected my personality. She affected my mood, because I was crying all the time, and all the tears that were flowing, they were real. There's nothing fake about it. Like, you know how you tell people, you're an actor, cry. It's as if it's fake. No. Being an actor is being real under imaginary circumstances. And that's what Bassel is extremely good at. And I learned a lot by watching him.
I was about to say,
so much.
Did maybe how he dealt with his own character help you develop in terms of the kind of actress?
100%. And I really learned a lot from him because obviously he has experience, especially doing these kinds of roles that was not necessarily something that I had done often. And I learned from everybody around us, but especially from him, because I found that
there's a lot of chatter about him and his role, and like the controversy of it all. And
you'd be surprised because, and again, I'm going to tell you that the public has been insane because everybody's like, forgive him. Forgive them all. Like, everybody's been so nice. I'm like, where have you been all my life? Like, everybody's like, Sarah, we understand you. And they're like, wow, this is something I never expected. And looking at him, I understand the nuance of his performance as well. I'm quite forgiving in life.
Do you feel that this is this is a conversation that isn't discussed enough? Overstepping your own boundaries, and especially as a woman, a lot of the time, as a woman, you are forced to take particular steps that, and I'm not being sexist now, this may be too generalized or it may be spot on, but I feel like between roles you see on camera or on screens to real life, a lot of the time women are put in very particular situations because of they're compromised, and the choices that are given to them aren't necessarily wide.
Let's start with the way that we're taught to love. The way a woman is taught to love is to sacrifice herself. That's what a mom does, right? She sacrifices herself for her kids. I love her. The man's way of expressing his love is different. It's usually financial. Here's my card. Go spend money. I love you. And that's the way we're sort of conditioned to behave. Add to that the glass ceiling of being a woman and a mom. Like, I look at all my friends that are moms, and that's already, I'm like, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
And then you're a mom, and you're working too.
Yeah.
I really don't know how you do it.
100%.
You're a working mom, and you take care of the household. Oh my God, you need a statue in your name.
Yeah.
And I see that I'm surrounded by very ambitious women that are moms, and I really don't know how they juggle. I mean, I have a hard life as it is. Can you imagine if I were a mom as well? The whole point of this is so that we live in a day and age where we can have a conversation about it. Like, if this is the role that you chose to put, let it be a role you decided to take.
Yeah.
But not based on your gender. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that this is what you have to do in life, and that you can do this but you can't do that. Let it be like a meritocracy. Like, for me, this is why it invites more help from each other, and this is why what I love in the Arabic world is we are a community. Like, I see Arab women in particular versus women abroad. We do have help in the sense.
Unit.
We do. Like, I in Beirut, like, I have 500 moms that are willing to feed me. You can, like, your neighbor can help you. There's always this community that's very tight, and that's, I think, this is
a village. You said something about how the explosion in Beirut really, obviously, it shook the world. Like, just even going to Beirut today, like, my heart's broken, you know, and I'm someone that loves Lebanon, has been going since I can remember, loves the energy. And to go there and to feel that energy broken, like, how is it for you going home now?
A little bit like Sarah, like, it's hardships, you're broken, but you have to keep moving forward. And Beirut and Lebanon is its people, and that's the most precious thing about my country, and it's hard to see people suffer so much, being one of them as well, because I consider myself Lebanese, and we're all suffering in one way or another. But also overcoming it and coming together as a community and facing just the things that the country keeps throwing in our face, and then we're still here. We're still here. We're still moving forward. And you still see the kindness in people's hearts. And that's what's going to always make Lebanon special. That nothing removes that. It's like stronger but softer. They're not bitter. And that's what's beautiful. It's making us better people, because we're, you know, change usually comes and progression comes with pain. Like, it's the opposite side of the coin. And I think we were all exposed to so many things that it forced us to have a deep look within and to heal some things, even generational traumas. So I really have hope for us. I know it's very dark, but I have hope for my people. I have hope for my country. There's no other way. Life is hope. There's no way. We have to keep moving forward or else we die. And if you want to live, you just got to keep walking.
Do you feel with this upcoming period that since you haven't had a lot of time to really be with yourself outside of a role, that you're going to have that kind of space?
No.
Do you think it's just getting busier?
It's getting busier and busier, and it's not out of control, but I'm a person that loves to work. So there's no limit to that. And I'm surrounded by people that also love to work, and there's no limit to that. So we are 24/7 talking, and I have a lot of ideas. I want to do this, I want to do that, and da, 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 da. And there's so many different elements that we're trying to balance together, and it's like work overrides everything else in life. Like if I have the option of going to do this and working, I'll choose work.
مبروك.
Thank you حياتي, مبروك لك. Thank you.